Hello friends, 886 days of war between Russia and Ukraine. I will give you a brief update from the war zone. In southern war zone on Kherson front, 17 Ukrainian soldiers surrendered to the Russian army. In Zaporizhia, Russians made some small gains northwest of Rabotin. No significant changes in Rimivka salient. In east on Marinka front, Russians have been advancing towards Vodyanoe, attacking Ugledar Konstantinivka motorway and reaching closer to it. As far as Krasnogorivka is concerned, Russians have advanced on the outer center of the city and have reached almost on the outer part of the city. While Ukrainians 2 days back had re-entered the town from south after counterattacks, however, that has been neutralized. Avdiivka, Russians have captured Lozuvatske now and they have made gains on most of the front line. 300 meters towards Vesely and its outskirts, 500 meters towards Ivanovka from both the sides, 200 meters between Novo Alexandrivka and Lozuvatske. They have also advanced along railway from progress towards Zeleny, 600 meters. And as far as Novosilivka first is concerned, 90% is under Russian control now. And by all these movements, it can be seen that they are closer to Pokrovsk now, which comes between Slavyansk and Kramatorsk. Lastly, from the Umansky side, west of it, they have reached on the eastern shore of Vovacha River. Toretsk front, Russians here also made good gains, 100 meters in New York, 300 meters between Alexandropol and Yuriivka, 200 meters in Zalizny. ISW says that Ukrainians made counterattacks and made some gains towards south of Toretsk, that is Pivdeny side. On the other hand, there are reports that Russians have made gains towards southern Toretsk, and this particular village is almost in Russians' control, 90% of it, and which is also due because Russians have advanced in the right flank of this village. Bakhmut Chasiv Yar front, no significant changes. Russians hold 40% of Klishivka while 20% is still with Ukrainian and rest 20% is grey zone. North of Soledar Sivers'k sector, Russians opened Zalizniansky axis again after long time and advanced northwest and northeast of it. They also advanced towards southwest on Orikho-Vasilivka. Northeast Ukraine, Liman, Kremina or Serebryansky forestry, no significant changes, while towards Kupian-Svatovo direction, Russians advanced 200 meters southwest of Peshchany. They also entered Stelmakhovka from southeast. North Kharkiv, Slobozansky direction, Ukrainians made some gains in the center of Vovchansk along Soborna Street as per ISW, and Ukrainians also carried out counterattacks close to Staritsy. Russian army's offensive operation continues towards Glaibok, Tikhe and made some minor gains. Interdiction missions, Russians hit targets in Sumy with FAB 500 plus UMPC while Ukrainians continued using UAVs, more than 6 dozens HIMARS missiles, and they have hit 2 to 3 oil refineries in Russia. Palestine Israel, Middle East. There was a strike in occupied Golen Heights in some football ground, killing more than 10 people and 30 wounded. Netanyahu seems to have rushed back to Tel Aviv to join an urgent meeting. Former Israeli Defense Minister Benny Gantz has said that this is the time to attack Lebanon because they hold Hezbollah responsible for this attack, while both Hezbollah and Hamas have denied their hands in this particular attack. Some local Israeli sources claim that Iron Dome interceptor hit soccer field by mistake, and which is highly possible. IDF in the meantime has retaliated by two airstrikes in southern Lebanon. In the meantime, Prime Minister of Hungary Viktor Orban has said that Ukraine will remain buffer state between West and Russia and never a member of European Union or NATO. From Africa, in Mali, militants ambushed in North Mali and killed significant number of Wagner PMC and Mali armed forces soldiers. The number is not known yet to me. Finally, BRICS says it will launch its own SWIFT equivalent, that is, a global messaging network that allows financial institutions to securely exchange information and electronic messages about financial transactions denied by USA to Russia. Well, this war is not simple, highly complicated. One has to understand in totality as to what is happening, and that's all. Thank you.